The Fellowship reaches Nen Hithawel and stops to rest along the coast near Parth Galen. Boromir looks like how a guy would look if he was about to do something he knows he shouldn't do. He's debating with himself as to whether or not he will assault Frodo and steal the ring from him. Yes, this is a thing you shouldn't do. But Boromir's home is under attack. There's an eyeball in a tower or something, and it made a bunch of freak monkeys. And the freak monkeys want to murder everyone who isn't them, because the eyeball compelled them to. They're going to start with the land next door, Gondor. That's where Boromir's from.
Then Gondor will see it done.
Where is Gondor's finest? Where is my firstborn?
Long has my father, the steward of Gondor, kept the forces of Mordor at bay.
My father is a noble man, but his rule is failing.
Give Gondor the weapon of the enemy.
This thing must come to Gondor. I ask only for the strength to defend my people. I would see the glory of Gondor restored.
Gondor.
Everyone he's ever met lives there, like his brother, who he likes a lot, and his father, who he doesn't like so much, but still, that's his father. His father is mean to his brother.
But for Faramir, the city would still be standing. Were you not entrusted to protect it?
Boromir does not find this acceptable. He loves Faramir. That's his little brother, and he can do some cool stuff.
If you let them go, your life will be forfeit.
Then it is forfeit.
But Denethor will not see that. That's lame. Denethor says that if Boromir doesn't get the ring, then everyone he knows will get killed.
This thing must come to Gondor.
Boromir does not find this acceptable, but he's worried that getting this ring will make him do something he knows he shouldn't.
Isildur's Bane.
Faramir thinks that maybe Faramir could go. Denethor says no. He only likes Boromir, so only Boromir can go. Boromir doesn't like that Denethor only likes Boromir. Faramir can do some really neat stuff.
I would not use the ring. Not if Minas Tirith were falling in ruin and I alone could save her.
Boromir's last moments in Gondor are spent with his brother, not his father. He tells his brother that he loves him, and that he doesn't like that Denethor is mean to him. Faramir looks up. He tells Boromir that, yes, it is bad that Denethor doesn't like him, but he's glad that Boromir does, and he's glad that Boromir is his brother. The moment lingers. Boromir knows exactly what Faramir just said, even though Faramir didn't say anything. Thus is the depth of their brotherly love. Boromir rode a horse for like 4 months. He meets the guy who would rather run around in the wilderness making eyes at his elf girlfriend than be the king of Gondor.
Gondor.
So he communicates that he doesn't think they will be good buds. In Aragorn's defense, it is pretty nice out there. It's very pretty. And he gets to hang out with his elf girlfriend, which looks like it rules. Well, for a little while at least. Then she has to get on a boat to go to Valinor, because all the elves think that Earth's gonna suck now, and they ain't about living on no suck Earth. To make matters worse, Aragorn's been hanging out with these Debbie Downers for way too long, and they keep telling him that humans suck.
Men are weak.
Aragorn's a human, so he's worried that he sucks.
Same weakness.
His girlfriend assures him that he doesn't suck. If he sucked, then she wouldn't smooch with him in this garden. She ain't gonna just give away her heart necklace to anybody. Aragorn still isn't sure that this means that he doesn't suck. He does think that maybe helping Frodo on his quest to destroy the ring will prove he doesn't suck. Legolas and Gimli don't think that idea sucks, so they're gonna go too. Boromir kinda thinks that idea sucks because of his dad and everything, but he doesn't think Frodo sucks. He actually thinks that Frodo's pretty cool. Gandalf thinks Frodo's pretty cool too. Plus, Gandalf's a supernatural wizard. Well, if you want to be technical, he's a subset of the Maiar called the Astari, but you don't need to worry about any of that. What matters is that he could be a big help, so he'd better go. Frodo's hobbit pals, Sam, Merry, and Pippin, also think Frodo is pretty cool. And they all like being good buds with each other. They like it so much, in fact, that they'll keep being good buds, even if being a good bud means they have to go help him throw an evil piece of jewelry into a volcano. Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, and yeah, maybe even Boromir think that they'd all like to be good buds too, even if they kind of got off on the wrong foot with each other.
This is Isildur's heir.
The ring must be destroyed.
I suppose you think you're the one to do it.
Elrond dubs them the Buddy Brigade and thinks the whole idea is great because it means that he doesn't have to do anything. A lot happens. And then the Fellowship reaches Nen Hethawel and stops along the coast near Parth Galen, where Boromir looks like how a guy would look if he was about to do something he knows he shouldn't do. Frodo is suspicious. He worries that Boromir will choose to suck. Every wise person he has ever met has told him to be suspicious of everyone who isn't him.
Then do I trust?
You must trust yourself. Trust your own strength.
Sometimes Boromir is cool. Sometimes Boromir sucks. Frodo is uncertain as to whether or not Boromir will choose to be cool or choose to suck. Boromir chooses to suck. Frodo must risk using the ring to escape. He does not think they'll be good buds. Boromir says mean things to Frodo. He wants these words to hurt.
Curse you and all the halflings!
He falls down. Boromir realizes that he chose to suck. He's horrified that he chose to suck. He did not, even for a second, try to convince himself that the thing he did didn't suck. He's sorry he did it. He's beside himself with contrition. He calls out to Frodo to beg for his forgiveness. Perhaps it's not too late. Perhaps Boromir can prove that he is, in fact, pretty cool. Frodo isn't going to wait around and find out. Aragorn approaches. Frodo worries that Aragorn will likewise attack him. Aragorn will not. He swore to protect Frodo. And if he swore to protect Frodo and then attacked him, he's pretty sure he'd feel bad about it. Frodo asks Aragorn if he could bring himself to destroy the ring. Aragorn realizes that he could not. Frodo announces that he will leave. Aragorn is sad that he finds this acceptable. Sting glows blue. It only does that when freak monkeys are close. The freak monkeys announce their intent on Frodo's capture. Frodo doesn't want this to happen, and neither does Aragorn. Aragorn bids that his friend flee from danger while he plummets himself into it. Frodo finds this acceptable. Aragorn is pretty sure he's going to die here. Legolas and Gimli say no. They'll kill as many freak monkeys as they have to keep Aragorn alive, because they all swore to be good buds. Both Legolas and Gimli save Aragorn's life at least once. Aragorn would have died on this hill if Legolas and Gimli hadn't decided to be good buds. Now it's Merry and Pippin's turn to be good buds. Merry catches on to things a little bit quicker than Pippin, who childishly asks for clarification. The entire film, they have done nothing but get Frodo into trouble.
Frodo Baggins, steady on!
Want a tomato, Sam?
They have a cave troll.
Trust a brandy buck and a toque.
Now it's their turn to get Frodo out of trouble. There's no way that Merry and Pippin can take on all these freak monkeys, but they'll try if that's what it takes for Frodo to get out of here. Frodo is sad that he finds this acceptable. Merry and Pippin cannot take on all these freak monkeys. They are 3 kinds of screwed if someone doesn't come to their rescue. Oh good, Boromir came to their rescue. He could have abandoned the quest in its entirety and gone back to his city, but Merry and Pippin are his buds. And yeah, it was a pain in the ass to ride all the way here and leave your baby brother to be abused by your father.
Boromir was loyal to me!
And then no one liked you on the council, and you had to walk all the way up and all the way down the pass of Carithris.
We must take the pass of Carithris.
And you had to fight a squid thing, and you had to fight a cave troll.
They have a cave troll.
And this creepy lady in a dress read your thoughts, and rowing this boat is hard. You had to do it for like a week. And you did just do that sucky thing to Frodo, so they probably won't want to be your bud anymore. But none of that matters right now. Merry and Pippin are your buds. You taught them how to sword fight. And you helped them hide from the Crebine of Dunland.
Crebine from Dunland!
Hide!
And you carried them up and down the pass of Carithris. And you helped save Frodo from that squid thing. And Aragorn saved you when you were fighting that cave troll.
They have a cave troll.
And Legolas saved you when you almost fell down these stairs. And you helped Merry and Pippin jump across this gap. And you tried to comfort Frodo after Gandalf died.
Gandalf's death was not in vain.
And you decided to open up to Aragorn.
It is long since we had any hope.
And you decided that Aragorn was, in fact, pretty cool. And that you would like for him to come back to Gondor. And you're kind of upset that he doesn't think Gondor is cool.
There is no strength in Gondor that can avail us.
Gondor.
Boromir just could have gone back there. But he instead stayed here to help out his buds. He realizes that he can't take all these freak monkeys. There's no Legolas or Gimli coming to help him. Well, maybe they'll come if he blows the horn of Gondor.
The Horn of Gondor.
Boromir.
Without even considering for a second that maybe they won't, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli depart to help Boromir because he is their good bud. The freak monkeys are closing in. Boromir can't take them all. He begs for his friends to abandon him. They will not, because this big man who taught them how to sword fight, who carried them up and down the pass of Caradhras,
We must take the pass of Caradhras.
who fought a squid thing to help their good bud Frodo, who helped them kill a cave troll,
They have a cave troll.
who helped them jump across this gap on the stairs, who prevented Frodo from hurting himself in a terrible moment, who advocated for them to take a moment to mourn Gandalf,
Give them a moment, for pity's sake.
and who single-handedly rode them down a river for like a week or something, and who would rather be put into the dirt by freak monkeys than see any harm come to them. This big man is their bud. Buds don't leave buds in the dust.
Let him go, you filth.
This freak monkey doesn't like fighting fair. He shoots Boromir in the shoulder, which looks like it hurts a lot, but it's not enough to stop one from killing freak monkeys. Then he shoots Boromir again. This one looks like it hurts a lot more. Boromir can't breathe. Not being able to breathe means that Boromir can't want any of this world anymore. He looks at his friends. His friends who are three kinds of screwed in the face of freak monkeys if he's not there to help them. Boromir says no. He's not leaving yet. Boromir will force his mind to stay here. He will force his body to stay alive. And he will kill any freak monkey who tries to put their freak paws on his buds, Merry and Pippin. He fights bravely. Then he gets shot again. Boromir knows there's no getting up from this one. He has been rendered incapable of saving his good buds, Merry and Pippin. He cannot save anyone ever again, because soon he'll be in the dirt. Merry and Pippin do not approve. They say no. If this place is where their good bud Boromir is going to be put into the dirt, then they'll be in the dirt right next to him. This is denied to them. The freak monkeys carry them away. They look back towards their big friend and will never see him again, just as Faramir looked up at his big brother and now will never see him again. The chief of the freak monkeys would very much like for Boromir to linger in his moment of failure. One could say he's rubbing it in. Aragorn says no. He fights the freak monkey chief, which looks like it hurts a lot. But he does put that freak into the dirt. He runs over to his friend.
They took the little ones.
Boromir begs Aragorn to save Merry and Pippin. Even in his current condition, they are his primary focus. Boromir confesses his crime.
I tried to take the ring from him.
He didn't have to do that. He says to Aragorn, "I'm sorry I chose to suck." Aragorn says, "No, I think you chose to be pretty cool." Boromir doesn't feel pretty cool. He feels like everything he doesn't want to happen will happen.
The world of men will fall, and all will come to darkness, and my city to ruin.
Aragorn says no. Aragorn says that he will save Gondor, because Boromir is his bud. Aragorn thinks Boromir is pretty cool. Aragorn thinks that maybe he's ready to be buds with other humans too. Aragorn says that he agrees that, yes, there is weakness. There is
frailty, but there is courage also, and honor to be found in men. But you will not see that.
Boromir knows exactly what Aragorn is saying. Thus is the depth of their brotherly love. He is now hopeful. The body cannot keep the spirit in this world any longer. In his last moments, Boromir lets Aragorn know that he is, in fact, pretty cool, and that they are good buds.
I would have followed you, my brother. My captain. My king.
After saying something poetic, Aragorn allows himself to weep. Gimli and Legolas stand in mourning. Frodo stands on a beach. He's holding the piece of evil jewelry that has destroyed his life. He had to leave his home. He had to walk a lot. He had to do his share of running. He had to get chased by a bunch of carpet ghosts who stabbed him with a Morgul blade.
He's been stabbed by a Morgul blade.
He tries to give up the ring at the Council of Elrond, but it makes everybody suck, so fine, he'll hold on to the goddarn thing. He and his buds have to walk more. They also have to run a lot. He got stabbed again. He has to watch Gandalf die. Frodo doesn't want any more of this adventure. A creepy lady in a dress tells him that the ring will make all of his buds betray him, one by one.
One by one, it will destroy them all.
Maybe she'll take the ring, and then he won't have to have any of this adventure anymore. She thinks about it, but decides that's probably a bad idea. Frodo thinks he should leave the Buddy Brigade before the ring makes all of his buds suck. Frodo doesn't want any of this adventure anymore.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
That is not exactly what Gandalf said. What Gandalf said was,
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. There are other forces at work in this world, Frodo, besides the will of evil. Bilbo was meant to find the ring, in which case you also were meant to have it. And that is an encouraging thought.
that is terrible advice. What makes Frodo cool is that he decides to be cool, not that someone meant for him to be cool.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
But maybe Gandalf was more concerned with making Frodo feel better than with being right. It was the encouraging thought that mattered. It works. God darn it, Frodo's gonna do it. He's gonna abandon his buds in the Buddy Brigade, and he's gonna go throw this evil piece of jewelry into a volcano, all by himself. Sam does not approve. Frodo tells Sam where he can stuff his disapproval. Sam stuffs himself into a river. Sam would rather drown himself in this river than abandon Frodo, because Frodo is his good bud. Frodo cannot abandon his good bud Sam. He delays his quest for however many minutes it takes to save Sam. Sam announces that they are such good buds that Sam will go with him to throw that evil piece of jewelry into a volcano, and there's not nothing Frodo can do to stop him. Frodo finds this acceptable. The two embrace. Frodo and Sam reach the eastern shore.
Frodo and Sam have reached the eastern shore.
You mean not to follow them?
Aragorn means not to follow them. Aragorn puts on Boromir's bracers so that he will never forget the man who became his friend, nor the promise that he made to him. Aragorn knows that if they go with Frodo, the ring will eventually make them suck. It would be better if they didn't go. Legolas and Gimli do not approve. Gimli despairs.
It has all been in vain. The Fellowship has failed.
He worries that the Buddy Brigade is the Buddy Brigade no longer. Aragorn does not agree. He argues that the Buddy Brigade will remain the Buddy Brigade in spirit, so long as they all keep choosing to remain good buds with each other. And they all did. And they all do. Choosing to let Frodo go is choosing to be a good bud to Frodo. Choosing to save Merry and Pippin is choosing to be a good bud to Merry and Pippin. Choosing to be a good bud to Merry and Pippin is also choosing to be a good bud to Boromir, who spent his last earthly moments trying to save his good buds. Legolas and Gimli would also like to choose to be good buds. They go with Aragorn. Frodo and Sam go off to throw an evil piece of jewelry into a volcano. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli go off to save Merry and Pippin, and then save the world. And you know what? All things considered, they did a pretty good job.